Welcome back to Mass Appeal. We're talking negativity. It's something a lot of people go through, but with the right tools, we can leave you feeling a little bit better today.
That's right. We're going to leave you feeling positive.
Yeah.
So joining us with tips is psychic medium Lisa Lano. Lisa, it's something that I think negativity, sometimes you can't change the environment you're in, no matter how hard you try. And so you can't get away from it. You can't escape it.
That's true.
And people are told if you have negativity around you, just remove yourself. But it's not that easy.
You can't always do that. You might be in a workplace where you have a very negative boss, or the person in the next cubicle or office is negative, and you have to work with them, and you have no choice. So sometimes you can't remove yourself from it. So you have to try to make things positive for yourself.
I guess if you can't change your outside, you need to change what's inside of you to make it a little easier. So how do we do that? How does one start unplugging the negativity from your life?
Well, for one thing, you have to recognize it and acknowledge it. Like, you could be going into somebody's house all the time and say, God, I feel so negative when I go into that house. And maybe the person there's just an old grump, you know, or a young grump.
You just kind of feel, I mean, I know I felt that before. Like, I can't be around this person or be in this place because it brings me down.
Right, but if it's a grandparent or even a parent or somebody, you kind of don't have any choice.
Exactly.
And you may not be able to change them. So you want to make yourself more positive. Like, for example, in the workplace, if you have a little area that's yours, make it yours. Make it positive. For you, I'd say, put a picture of those beautiful babies. And every time you, oh, that person's driving me, oh, there's my babies. I feel so good.
You need to find that little moment of solitude wherever you can find it.
And it could be anything. It can be a candle that you like, whether it's scented or lit or not. It could be a flower, a plant. If you're religious, some people want their rosary or a Star of David. Whatever makes you feel positive is what will work for you.
Gets you back in touch to what makes you happy so that you can kind of bring yourself back to that.
Exactly.
I know, you know a lot about intuition. It's kind of, really what you're all about. How can you use that to rid your life of negativity?
Well, like I said, take notice of it. If somebody comes to your house and every time they leave, you feel like they've left this cloud of dirt behind, people say, oh, what do you do? Do you sage it? I don't, because I don't like the smell of sage. I just open a window and say, go.
See, but and sometimes,
it out.
And a lot of people at home might say, does that really work? But if you think about it, even if it's just psychological, it's a great way to rid yourself of it because you feel that sense of completion and you can move past it.
I think a lot of it is belief as well. I just don't do the sage because I just don't do it. It doesn't mean that somebody else shouldn't. I like to light a white candle and open a window. That's what makes me feel positive.
Now, I'm pretty ignorant when it comes to the whole sage thing. Why do people light sage traditionally?
It's just supposed to be something that gets rid of negative spirits.
Purifying.
But that's a different story. That's something else. If you live in a house that you have, quote, ghosties, and I have a paranormal team for that. If you think you're experiencing something paranormal, then call us, call a professional, and we'll come in and try to...
And you do that for free. You don't charge for home...
No, we don't charge for that.
Right. So that's one way to, get rid of negativity.
But that's something different. But today we're more focusing on people that are negative, negative situations, things like that.
Now, what can you do to internalize your thoughts, bring yourself back to what you believe in, bring yourself back to that positive place? What is something that you can do?
Well, I can tell you what I do. Sometimes you get those days where you're like driving and you're just feeling either negative or upset or whatever's going on. I picture myself in a white bubble, just a clear white bubble, and nothing's going to get to me. Nothing's going to hurt me. I'm going to be fine. I'm going to be positive. Or sometimes I make it pink because it makes you feel good. Because I like pink. It's a girly thing.
One of the things
I love pink.
For me that I've been saying that I'm going to try to do for years is meditation. And oftentimes it takes 10 minutes out of your day, but for a lot of people it can make a huge difference too.
Or you know what I find the best time to meditate? Because I'm so ADHD, I can't meditate at all. Yeah, in the shower. There's something about the water, and you just picture that shower coming down on you, being whatever you want to picture, rays of golden light or something. And if you're religious or spiritual, you can picture it as a white light. The other and before you go to sleep. Yeah. And the other trick is picture a wall of mirrors facing outward. And that the negativity comes and it bounces. Again, it's all in your head. It is part of meditation.
So it's that imagery, which is really what meditation is about, is, kind of that imagery that takes you to a different place.
Exactly.
And that mindfulness that brings you into this moment right now and getting rid of everything else.
Exactly. I mean, they're just things that will help you. It's not guaranteed, but you got to try.
And you can't change the world, but you can only change yourself.
Exactly.
Lisa, unfortunately, we're out of time, but it's a pleasure having you here.
Pleasure being here. Thank you.
Positive.
Right now.
Feeling positive.
That's what we're all about.